little bit of a story time here. I waited too long to get the colorway that I wanted to celebrate the Yarnspiration anniversary with their anniversary cakes. Waiting for the purple and white colorway to hit the stores. Have been going to Michael's pretty much every single day to just see if it's out. They've been slowly coming out in the areas around me, and I saw the book club come and go. That one is now out of stock in stores around me and online. Also, the one that looked like confetti, that one is sold out too. Today I saw this one, which is birch bark, and kind of reminds me of Trick or Treat. I have a bunch of patches and enamel pins and stuff that I'm gonna find somewhere, and I think I'm gonna make the tote on the back here with this. But this was the only colorway there. Like, this was the solo cake sitting there. Never saw the purple one in stores, and now it is sold out online too. So when we see this little sticker, the limited time only, especially with the anniversary cakes, it's a real thing. They go so freaking quick. But I'm not really mad about it because I was looking at this one as soon as I saw it in store, I think like last week. I was kind of going back and forth of, do I want this? Do I want the purple one? And yes, I did very much want the purple one. It looked very witchy purple to me, but that's okay. It is not available anymore. So I have this one and I'm gonna play around with it today. Initially, I was thinking of doing a blanket with it. They also have new patterns too. Actually, let's pull that up. So on the side panel with this yarn, they had like a hexie cardigan or a hexie sweater actually, which looked amazing. I don't think I would wear it as a sweater, so I'm not gonna do that. So that's why I'm like hoping that this is gonna be a nice little project. I don't know, it says 1 ball of yarn. That's all I know. Big scrappy crochet tote, 6mm crochet hook, 1 ball of yarn. From the picture, it looks like it's going to display the colorway really nicely too, which is the main thing that I want to know because they changed it up from last year. So previous years, they have had very long strands of the color, and now this year it looks like they have little clusters of it. And for smaller projects like this, I think that's a better direction to go. So make sure you do scan that because not only does it go to Yarnspirations, but it goes to a page that says free Caron anniversary cake pattern. Roll all the way through. We have the hexie sweater, super fun make, this scrappy tote, and then this knit sweater. This is the one. I'm pretty sure this is the colorway. I'm not even gonna click on it because it's actually gonna make me a little bit sad. Caron beginner luck knit sweater. Those are the 3 new patterns that they have this year, which that's pretty good. 3 patterns suggesting for this, and they're all free on their site. You can go ahead and check them out. And then they have suggestions from either previous years that they've done the Caron cakes or just things that go really well with it. I mean, it's a bulky yarn. So basically any blanket that they have on their site, you're gonna see it down here. Yeah, tons of blankets. We have some pillow covers, some scarves, things with tassels on it. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. Caron anniversary cake chevron stripe crochet blanket. Ooh, I like that one. Now, I kind of wish I would have got the Jubilee one. It's not the same colors. Obviously, this is from a year previous or maybe 2 years. I don't really know. But the Jubilee one was a dark red. It had some pinks in it and then some lighter reds too. Ins and outs of the yarn. It is $39.99 for this giant cake of yarn. I was able to get 30% off though. Michael's has, I think it's been going on all week. It's 30% off of any one item. And I knew obviously I was going to use it on this giant thing here. They do have a 40% off online. So if you can find any colors online, you could potentially get 40% off of this one. Super bulky number 6, suggesting an 8mm crochet hook, machine wash and dryable, which is why I always lead towards blankets. I can make a pretty good size throw from it because how many yards do we have? 1,061 yards. I made quite a few of them last year just to have on hand to gift away, since they are very easy to handle and take care of. Even though I have blankets myself that I have to hand wash, I prefer to gift them away if I can machine wash and dry, then just put a little note in there like, hey, don't worry about it, throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, it's gonna hold up really well. And I can say that yes, they definitely have, because I've given a couple of these to my mom, and that was like 2 years ago, I think I gave one, and it was like a purple colorway, not like this witchy purple, but they did have a purple, and she's washed and dried it many, many times, and it's still very soft and cozy. Okay, I think that's everything on the outside here that we need to know. They also have the hashtag Caron cakes. Check that out on all the socials if you want to see what other people are up to. Many people create patterns specifically for this time of year. Because yeah, when you see them sitting in the store, you're like, what do I do with it? Like, this thing is giant. It's massive. If I don't want to make a blanket, what do I do? It does have this nice little sticker to tell me exactly where the end of the yarn is, which I totally appreciate. This thing can definitely become a mess very quickly. So I normally don't pull it apart until I know exactly what I want to do with it. Let's see what the pattern looks like. Ooh, that's really pretty too. I actually like this color even more now that I'm seeing it all laid out here. Pattern, it's saying that it needs to be 35 inches. So it actually doesn't say how much I'm going to use of it. I just need to get into it and start working it up, I guess. And it does split a little bit. I'm just gonna move a little bit further away from the end, see if maybe that makes a difference. It's still pretty loosely wound though. Like I can see, especially since they're saying an 8mm hook with this, but for the pattern, a 6mm, I can definitely see it getting snagged on my hook every once in a while. Though it is just 3 strands of yarn. It's not like they're split into quite a few mini pieces. I am having to hold this pretty taut. My tension does need to be a little bit tighter. Okay, let's try it with the 8 to see if that is a factor, or if it's just because it's a smaller than suggested crochet hook size. Yeah, that's a lot better. With these, I really want it to be a super enjoyable project too. I'm leaning towards a blanket now. Yeah, this just feels so much better than that 6. With the 8, it can breathe a little bit. Again, I know that it's supposed to be tighter because it's a tote compared to this is going to be a blanket, but I like the feeling of this a little more and how it stays fluffy. Now, I'm not saying that the tote is a bad pattern at all, and if you like it, still definitely check it out. I just know what I want from this yarn and the type of project. If I'm going to be fighting with the yarn and my hook and it's going to be splitting quite often, I can just see myself getting frustrated already, and that's not the adventure that I want to take with this. Scrolled through all of the blankets that they have on there, and there happens to be a C2C blanket. It's an Afghan that suggests crochet quarter to quarter Afghan Caron anniversary cake, suggesting an 8mm crochet hook, fantastic, and then also 2 balls of yarn, which means I am gonna have to eventually find another one of these. At this moment, it's still available online. There is 2 other stores that I could check out tomorrow and see maybe if they still have in stock, but I think I'm just gonna risk it because worst case scenario, I can't find another one of these. Then I'll just have another split blanket. I will just get whatever one they have available, and that will be my celebration this year. Just a scrappy corner to corner blanket, and I'm already feeling that. Okay, so I'm just gonna work this up a little bit. I know that I love C2C blankets because I have 2 different blankets going at this moment, but we're gonna add another one. We're gonna do it. I did not see my day going this way. The C2C stitch is just so perfect for blankets, especially with this bulky yarn. It's gonna be a really cozy one. Just from this little bit that I've crocheted right now, enjoying it. I wanna keep working on it, so why fight it? I'm making a blanket. I'm not going to follow the pattern that they have though. My C2C stitches, I like them to be a little bit closer, so I do a chain 5 instead. There's not as much space in between it, especially for a blanket. Also very much enjoy the quicker color change. So by the time, this row even, we're already to a different color. I probably won't even finish these 2 out. Or if I do, then the next row for sure is going to have 2 colors in it. I do have a little bit of our C2C blanket for 100 Nights to Halloween to work on, as well as our movie to watch. I'll probably just put this one right next to it and then work on it after the blanket. Texture of the yarn, I really enjoy it. It almost has like a silky texture to the outside of it. And the colors all together, as they're playing out, is starting to look like a caramel macchiato. Could potentially be my blanket that I wrap up in the morning as I have a pumpkin spice latte and a caramel macchiato. I don't know, I haven't made one of those in a little while. A little while being like a couple of days. But still, I think it's time that I make one now. Well, I obviously am just gonna keep on going with this if I don't set it down. Thanks for hanging out with me today, checking out these Caron cakes. Let me know if you got the colorway that you wanted this year, or if you're like me, went a completely different direction, but now you have a project that you absolutely love, and like this is now your color. Have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you girls tomorrow.